The movie begins with investment banker and negligent father Suk-woo agrees to take his young daughter Suwon by KTX train to see her mother in Busan for the girl's birthday. Other passengers aboard the train include Sang-hwa and his pregnant wife Sung-jaeon, high school baseball player Young-guk and his cheerleader girlfriend Jeannie, elderly sisters In-gil and Jong-gil, selfish businessman Young-suk, and a homeless vagrant. An infected woman rushes aboard the train just as it departs. After the train is in motion, the woman mutates into a zombie and mauls an attendant. The outbreak quickly spreads throughout the train as passengers are attacked, infected, and turned into ravenous zombies. Uninfected survivors barricade themselves in one of the train cars. A news broadcast reports of a zombie infection spreading rapidly across Korea. Suk-woo receives a phone call from his mother as she succumbs to infection. With word of a quarantine affecting Taejeon Station, the train's next stop, Suk-woo calls his contact Kim to arrange a way for he and his daughter to circumvent the military blockade. The train arrives in Daejeon to a completely empty station. Passengers disembark and unknowingly head toward the quarantine. Suwon angrily accuses her father of caring only for himself upon discovering his arrangement with Kim. The passengers are forced to flee back to the train when they discover all of the awaiting military men are now zombies. At Young-suk's insistence, the conductor sets the train toward Busan, which is reportedly still a safe zone. As uninfected survivors frantically fight through zombies to board the departing train, everyone becomes separated. Sung-jaeon, Suwon, and In-gil become barricaded in a lavatory with the vagrant. Young-suk, Jeannie, and Jong-gil seek safety in another car with other survivors. Suk-woo, Sang-hwa, and Young-guk barely make it back to the train in time, but end up in a third car. Discovering that the zombies cannot see without light, the three men use stretches of tunnel darkness to battle through several cars of infected to rescue and reunite with the people in the lavatory. However, when the seven of them fight their way to the car where everyone else is, Young-suk refuses to open the door, irrationally fearing that they might be infected. Sang-hwa is bit while trying to hold the door behind his group closed. Before succumbing to infection, Sang-hwa asks Suk-woo to take care of his wife, tells Sung-jaeon what to name their baby, and holds off the zombies while Young-guk breaks into the other car. Suk-woo and the others make it into the other car, but In-gil lags behind and is killed by zombies. Young-suk exploits everyone's fears to convince the other passengers that Suk-woo, Suwon, Sung-jaeon, Young-guk, and the vagrant should be separated into another car. Jeannie chooses to go with them. Despondent after witnessing her sister's death, Jong-gil opens the rear car door, allowing zombies inside to kill the mob of survivors. Young-suk survives the horde surge by barricading himself in a washroom with a train steward. Suk-woo bonds with his daughter when they discuss a song she sang for him at a school recital he did not attend. Mr. Kim calls Suk-woo again and tearfully confesses that their plant was responsible for starting the infection. An overturned car on the tracks forces the train to stop. The conductor announces that survivors must flee to another train on an adjacent track in order to continue their trip to Busan. Young-suk pushes the attendant into a zombie horde so that he can escape the lavatory. The others also flee outside while the conductor gets another engine started, but everyone is scattered when a train on fire barrels toward them and overturns. Pushing his way through the wreckage, Young-suk causes Jeannie to get bit. Jeannie becomes a zombie and kills Young-guk. The conductor sets the new train engine in motion, but exits to assist Young-suk when Young-suk falls while fleeing a pursuing zombie horde. The conductor ends up devoured while Young-suk, who is bit in the process, boards the new train. The vagrant sacrifices himself to hold off a zombie horde while Suk-woo escapes to the moving train with Suwon and Sung-jaeon. Having turned into a zombie, Young-suk bites Suk-woo, but Suk-woo throws Young-suk from the train. Realizing he will soon succumb to infection, Suk-woo instructs Sung-jaeon on the engine controls and tearfully says goodbye to his daughter. While Suwon screams and sobs, Suk-woo transforms as he willfully allows himself to fall off the back of the engine car. Blocked tracks force the train to stop just short of Busan. Sung-jaeon and Suwon make their way through a tunnel on foot. A military sniper prepares to shoot them under orders, but realizes they are uninfected survivors when he hears Suwon singing the song she rehearsed for her father. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe for more.